This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
You're listening to But Wait, There's Lore, hosted by Pride.
I am a god!
Only on Nordrasil Radio and NordrasilRadio.com. This podcast may contain harsh language. Listener discretion is advised.
My name is Pride, and I just barely swallowed that last bite of my grilled cheese sandwich before Blondie just is like, "Oh, the show's starting. Hello." So I'm sitting here, I'm listening to the music, like, "Oh my god, I have to finish this." But wait, there's
Same.
lore right here on Nordrasil Radio at NordrasilRadio.com. My name is Pride. Today we're talking about Deathwing. But so that I can get a drink, maybe wash some of this down, light up a cigarette, you know, relax, rest, do something. Dane, introduce yourself, please.
Hello.
Take a longer time.
Hello.
Hello. No, well, I'm here
Hello.
again. Surprise,
Danish.
I guess. And what is it with you, Pride? Always having something in your mouth. Either it's a grilled cheese sandwich or a
It's because he's
freaking
oral
cigarette.
retentive, but I'm tish.
What's with that?
He's oral retentive, I believe. Just
Sounds
my
good.
opinion on the matter.
Sounds good. Flash mode. Yes.
Flesh nod. And I guess I'll introduce myself at that point.
No, I didn't say for you to introduce yourself. That's
Oh,
not well.
he'll take the initiative.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Say that? Okay. Well, I'm Shang. I'm Shang. I don't know what else to say.
That's it? You're Shang?
I'm Shang. I make this podcast single-handedly one half American. So there's that too.
What?
Well, that doesn't make sense.
Not at all. We are
Well,
I think,
well-
4 Americans and 1 freaking Danish guy.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll take that. Well, currently I make it one half. Regardless.
How do you make it?
They're making it 1/3.
We together make it one half.
Yeah.
And that's only if you count Blondie, who's Swedish. And if you count Dane, who's Dane.
Danish. Who's a Dane?
All right. Let's talk about a few things before we get into the lore. Number one, guys, if you're not in the IRC for Nordrasil Radio, you can join the IRC right now. There's like 50,000 people in there. We're all talking. We're all having a great time. You can get in there by going to NordrasilRadio.com and clicking on the chat button right up there at the top. And boom, loads for you in there, talking, having fun with the rest of us. The other thing I want to talk about is emails. You can email the show at lore@omfg.fm.
That's right.
We'll answer all your lore questions for you. We'll make sure that you have a complete and total understanding to the best of our abilities. And we'll get to those towards the end of the show. We've got a lot already, so keep sending them in, and we'll keep answering them. That I promise. But we are going to be talking about Deathwing today on the show. Therefore, holy Jesus. Are you guys seeing IRC right now?
What?
Holy!
There's just nothing but red. It's like I stabbed IRC, and it's just this blood is
bleeding.
pouring out. Holy Jesus!
I can't see.
That is a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right on. All right, so I'm gonna just
right.
I'm gonna minimize that because that's wow.
Wow.
Anyways, so yeah, we're talking about Deathwing today on the show. Dane, let's get a little background on everyone's favorite black dragon.
Yeah, my favorite black dragon, that's right. Deathwing, most of you probably know him or have looked him up on Wowpedia if you have been interested in lore ever, because he's like the freaking baddest ass dragon in the world. He was originally, he is still a dragon aspect, but he used to be like a good guy, the noblest and most proud of all 5 dragon aspects, the one that many of them turned to if they needed advice or just some kind of support. Back then he was called Neltharion the Earth-Warder. The Earth-Warder was a title that was given to him by the Titans of the Pantheon, who pretty much made Azeroth, turned Azeroth from the dead shell of a planet it was before they arrived into the living, not so thriving world it is today.
Well, wasn't a dead shell. It was a
elemental chaos.
Hell yeah, that works.
Yeah. He became corrupted because the old gods. Of course, by who? The old gods. Who else? They are the only freaking people who corrupt anyone ever. I'm sorry. Shut up! Don't laugh at me. I'm hyper. I'm drinking.
I'm trying not to laugh because I have a mouthful of Dr. Pepper, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all in my nose and shit now.
I know, right?
You didn't just say Dr. Pepper, did you? Blasphemy!
Yes, I'm drinking Dr. Pepper as well.
Blasphemy! I'm drinking Coca-Cola. The only thing in the world. Yeah, the only Coke in the world. Okay, well, Neltharion was corrupted by the old gods while he was deep within the earth, resting because he liked to hang out in deep places of the earth, and that was a place where the old gods could easily reach out to him with their whispers and all those depressive comments like the things Cthulhu says. You probably know, your friends will abandon you, blah 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 blah. So the old gods pretty much just told them you cannot trust anyone. The other aspects will turn against you. They blah blah blah. You know, the usual. So he became mad and created, with the help of the other aspects because they trusted him, a little item called the Dragon Soul. It is known today as the Demon Soul because it was an artifact made from the power of all dragons in the world, a portion of their power, and a few demons that Deathwing had caught during the first invasion of the Burning Legion back in the War of the Ancients. This was a very powerful artifact that he used to pretty much wipe out the entire Blue Dragonflight during a battle between the Night Elves and the Burning Legion, where the Dragonflights came to help the Keldori Night Elven resistance. So he pretty much blew up the entire Blue Flight and sent Sindragosa and Malygos flying to today's Northrend, where Sindragosa died and Malygos was whining like a bitch. Do I really have to go on? Because it's a really long story.
No, we can. You can make Shane take over for you.
You take over, Shang.
But I'm not good at picking up where others left off.
Okay, well, the War of the Ancient ended with
It ended with That's I'm sure.
The old gods.
I don't really remember how Deathwing was stopped. I believe he kind of just beat up the other flights and flew off to his lair where he
kind of the other way around there, buddy.
Yeah, he beat them. No, did they beat him up back then? I can't remember.
They beat him up. Yep.
Yeah. Then he flew back to his lair, hit the Demon Soul, where Malfurion and I think it was Krasus found
Royal
it.
Straws, Krasus.
Yeah, same guy. They found it and stole it, but it was stolen again by Illidan, our favorite night elf, or at least Pride's favorite night elf. And
His favorite really night elf demon hybrid.
Yep.
Psycho badass.
Psycho badass guy with glaives and runes and horns.
Exactly.
Alright, so it is apparently we're getting nowhere with this this
it's a long story. Seriously.
deal here. So let's talk about Deathwing before his corruption. Let's talk about back when everything was good and well with the world. All right, I want to hear what was Deathwing like before the Demon Soul, before the betrayals.
Bang.
Oh, he was a mighty black worm, and he was a very, very nice kind of guy. He was best buds with Malagos, real good friends, and I believe he had this fling with Alex Straza. If not a fling, but you know.
I don't remember any sort of fling between him and Alex Straza. Alex Straza has always been actually pretty close with her consort.
I didn't mean fling as in fling. I meant fling as in close relationship with a female counterpart.
Yeah,
I
well,
call it a fling.
Alex Strasser always turned to Neltharion if she had a problem, if she was unsure of something, and they had a very, very close relationship as a brother and sister relationship, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
But back in Deathwing's mind, he probably just wanted to screw her, but we'll not mention that. But in Towards the Ancient Trilogy, it actually states that if Deathwing was a red dragon, Alex Strasser would surely have him as one of her mates. Thank God he isn't then.
Well, and that just, you know, that all goes back to Deathwing having you're talking about Neltharion and all that stuff. That just goes back. Deathwing, I think Deathwing has more names than any other character.
Yeah, he has a bunch of titles.
Like his names and titles include Neltharion the Earth-Warder, Neltharion the Betrayer, Deathwing the Black, Deathwing the Destroyer, Deathwing the Worldbreaker, Zaxxas, Blood Shadow, Lord Duval Prestor,
the guy with the big penis on Badlands,
the Black Scourge, the Dark One, Death Aspect, Death, Blackwing Greatfather,
the Unmaker
of Worlds, and Death Incarnate.
And
all names of Deathwing
and Galactus.
Of course, back in that particular timeline, he was referred to as Neltharion the Earth-Warder. He was, of course, an aspect granted those powers by the Titans to watch over and deal with the world of Azeroth as they saw fit.
Yeah,
and he did a pretty damn good job at it for quite some time.
Long time.
It's funny how the protectors are always the ones who are corrupted.
Yeah, like Sargeras, he was also like the champion and protector of worlds. He was a champion of the Pantheon and the protector of their worlds, and he was, boom, corrupted into the worst demon bad guy ever.
Yep.
Alright. Alright, so...
It have many names.
Yeah, and apparently we have, in fact, given him yet another title, which is Deathwing... What is it?
Dragon of Many Names.
Dragon of Many Names, right on. So, yes. Alright, we've got a little bit about Deathwing before he was Deathwing. Let's go into a little bit of detail in regards to what happened with his manipulation, with his corruption. If someone wants to go into that, kind of tell that story a little bit more in-depthly.
Well, as we all know, Deathwing is the aspect of Earth and the deep places of Azeroth. So, of course, he visits these places quite often to check out if everything is alright, if the stalagmites are growing as they should, because he has a lot of free time. Just say it like that, or he had. And in these deep places, for some reason, the old gods had easier to actually reach out with their whispers and their corruptive messages when he's close to the Earth's core. I can't exactly put my finger on why, because I don't really remember, but I think that was something about the plane that the Titans imprisoned the old gods in, were somewhere in a different dimension, but still under the surface of Azeroth. So, Deathwing was slowly corrupted, and he was very corrupted, even though at the beginning of the War of the Ancient he was acting all nice, like the noble Black Dragon he was, but he was deep down corrupted, and he had been for a while. So, but nobody really knows where the corruption began. They just know that the old gods eventually drove him mad and turned him into their little puppet. And I don't even think that he knows, not even today, or maybe he does, I don't know. But well, that brings up an interesting question. Does Deathwing know that he's being manipulated by the old gods? Honestly, I don't think so.
No.
Because
In
the
my
beginning,
opinion, I think that Deathwing's doing this on his very own account, and he thinks this is helping the world. That he is convinced that he is Batman, and he has this right.
Well, yeah, he doesn't really know that he's being corrupted. He doesn't know that he's being manipulated. But because in the beginning, the whispers that the old gods whispered to him, he thought that it was his own mind working for him. Yeah, it's a very tricky business, the old gods and their corrupting, honestly.
Yeah.
Is that my own voice? I don't even.
Yeah.
I think I actually, just to bring that on an interesting topic, I think that's how a lot of religion maybe began. Maybe people thinking about a few things, blah blah blah. But we'll not get into that. It's just one of my theories. So,
News from the WoW movie.
News from the WoW movie. Christian Bale has just been announced as being casted for Deathwing in the WoW movie. Very nice. Fun times.
Who the hell's Christian Bale?
You don't know who Christian Bale is, really?
No.
Have you not seen the Batman movies? The new
Is
ones?
that him?
The new ones.
No,
he
you gotta
played
keep
Batman.
not him. Please,
Yes,
no.
He's a nice guy. What's wrong? You didn't get the. Oh, shut up.
He's horrible in Batman.
Oh.
I'm Batman.
Hush.
He is horrible.
Anyways, let's focus on talking about lore
Well,
Okay.
as I
for a
said,
second.
What's corrupted?
Just for a second.
For a second, let's-
Let's.
let's talk about lore instead of Batman and Christian Bale.
I was getting
Right.
to it.
Well, then get to it.
I am.
Get to it.
Deathwing was corrupted over a long period of time, as I said. Yeah, and it only showed his madness and insanity surfaced in the middle of the War of the Ancients, where the Burn Legion was invading Azeroth. But
even during the beginning parts of that book and the War of the Ancients trilogy and all that stuff, you could see little hints and tinges that something wasn't right with Deathwing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it all culminated into the whole dragon, the dragon whatever,
Flight,
dragon soul, the dragon soul. Blue Dragonflight. Let's get into that for a little bit. Let's talk about. Let's go into a little bit more detail. We can kind of circumvent things. Talk about the War of the Ancients and the and Deathwing's role in that, if you would please.
Nick, you can start out. I'll pick up.
Am I the only one who can hear weird music?
It's there for a reason.
It's there for a reason.
Just
Oh.
go on. Go. Nick.
Apparently he's not with us. So
Mr. Anderson.
apparently the Matrix has taken him.
Damn.
Mr. Anderson has disappeared. Apparently, I don't know what's going on. But it does
I'm
seem
back.
like we're having. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
back,
Having technical
Anderson.
difficulties. Sorry.
All right. Well, what's up? Let's get this going.
What are we talking about?
What's
I know we're talking about Deathwing, but what kind of plot?
we're talking about Deathwing's role in the War of the Ancients.
I'll pick up.
He
No.
was. Oh yeah, you go ahead.
No. You go ahead. I'll pick up. Like, I want you to start out.
Okay.
It's nice.
He was, of course, one of the leaders of the 5 Black Dragonflights, and after the Burning Legion had become a serious threat to the world of Azeroth, the 5 Dragon Aspects met and agreed that they had to kind of step in because this was getting out of hand. And the plan was that all the Dragonflights would fly to help the Night. There's a mosquito. I killed it. That all the Dragonflights should fly to the battlefield where the Night Elves were fighting the demons and help them out. The Night Elves, of course. And for this, Deathwing had a plan. He was going to create an object that would help them, a
The demon soul.
powerful weapon, the Demon Soul, the Dragon Soul, as he called it in the beginning.
Yeah.
And this was an object where he needed all dragons of all of Azeroth to come and store some of their power inside, so that he could use it as like a Kamehameha laser. Boom.
Kamehameha!
Like that.
Hadouken!
Blow up the demons, score by score. But it didn't really turn out as planned, because when they reached the battlefield, Deathwing showed his true colors. He was supposed to be the leader of all the dragons in that fight, but he turned out to become their greatest enemy, the fatal flaw, the thing that really, really, really messed everything up. Because, as I said, he kind of blew up the entire blue dragonflight, killed everyone.
And killed everybody except, those eggs.
Well, I mean, it basically goes like this, alright? You've got the Night Elves and Demons are fighting, la 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 la, Deathwing, Alex Strozzi, Sarah, everyone's like, alright, we should probably help these dudes out. Let's go. Deathwing says, hold on, I have a plan. This is something that is fail-proof, foolproof, it's gonna work 100%. All I need is a little bit of each and every one of your aspect powers. Put it into this little disc.
Every other dragon, really.
Put it into this little disc here. And then we're gonna go slay us some demons, alright dudes? We're cool, we're so cool, right?
Yeah, right.
And then, so everyone does it, and then they're flying, they fly, they get there, and right as they're about to attack, Neltharion kind of pauses, gets that little smirk in his face, turns around, and...
That's the evil speech!
Yes, then basically he tells everyone that, he's now Deathwing, and he's betraying everyone, and the disc can command what all races and demons, and all this other stuff. And then everyone is like, oh shit, son! And then the demons are like, the dragons are like, alright, well, sorry bro, we're gonna have to take that from you. We can't have you having that in your possession. So they all start kind of diving towards Deathwing, and they're all fighting. Basically, at one point, the blue dragonflight, the entire blue dragonflight led by Malagos at the time, surrounds Deathwing. And Deathwing uses the Dragon Soul, which is now at this point more or less called the Demon Soul, and basically kills like 99% of the entire blue dragonflight.
The only survivors were Sidrigosa, Malagos' mate, who eventually died in the waste by from her wounds, and Malagos, including a few eggs stored in the blue dragon's lair that was saved by Crassus, so they didn't die out.
Yeah, completely.
Right on. And then after that, you've got very, very few blue dragons, and they're trying to do all this stuff. At this time, Coral Straw's actually time loophole deal, goes back, saves some eggs, and bring them back, and that's how the blue dragonflight is still around today.
Yes.
All due to Coral Straws. Yes, and two of his sons, Aragos, who eventually is fighting with Caligos. We can get into that later. But after all that goes down, basically, he also paralyzes the rest of the dragons, including the red, bronze, and greens, and does some other crazy stuff. And then basically, once everything kind of settles down, pretty much every other dragon goes into hiding.
Yeah.
Like they're hiding from themselves, is what it really is. Dragons stopped trusting each other at that point in time. Like
that
the dragons
break of the unity. Unity that was in the dragonflight was broken.
Exactly. The dragonflights used to be really close, really cool, in sync, always, on top of their game.
And then they used to have fist bumps and everything, and
right.
They have the
with
secret
the betrayal of Deathwing, they kind of lost a lot of trust, not only with Deathwing but also the other aspects. I think that Ysera and Alex Strauss are really the only two that were super close afterwards, and that's because they're sisters.
That's because they have this sister sibling female thing. I don't get.
Well, it's because they're actually sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, they're actually sisters, bro.
Yeah. So, all right. Now that I got that cleared up and taken care of and whatnot, I'm being told by Blondie, our wonderful, fantastic producer, that we must take a commercial break. So, Blondie, if you would please take us out, and we'll be back, and we will be talking more about Deathwing when we return.
Yes.
This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
And we are back right here on Nordrasil Radio at nordrasilradio.com. This is But Wait, There's Lore. I am Pride, joined by Dane and Shang. And we're talking about Deathwing today on the show. But before we get right back into that... Did I say Dane? Because I'm pretty sure I said Dane, but that's alright. Before we get right back into the lore, I want to remind you guys of a couple of other things. Namely, if you're not in the IRC, you should be. You can join the IRC and all the thousands and thousands of fans that are there by going to www.nordrasilradio.com and clicking on the chat button right up there at the top. And a little Java applet's going to load for you, and you can put in a little username and chat with all the other fans. There's like 800 people here right now. It's pretty ridiculous. IRC actually right now is like begging me to not tell you guys about this because last time I told everyone about this, like, it was just a wall of red user has connected for like 10 minutes, and it was ridiculous, insane, and crazy. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is emails. You can email the show at lore@omfg.fm. You can email us hate mail, love mail, questions, whatever you want to, tell us or ask us. And we will reply to them at the end, towards the end of the show. We'll try and get to as many as we possibly can. No guarantee we'll get to them all. There are a lot of them right now. So we may have to wait until next week to get to yours, but we should be able to get there and get those things in and answered, right? The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is the Nordrasil Radio VIP program. If you donate to the station, nordrasilradio.com, you can opt to get certain packages for VIP. I think it's like $10 you get the bronze package, $25 you get the silver package, and $50 or $100 you get the gold package, and you get all sorts of awesome things with a VIP package. Actually, pretty awesome deal, to be honest with you. And I think like something like 99.9% of all that money goes towards getting everyone to DreamHack. So, if you like DreamHack and you like radio and you like music and you like gaming, you have no reason not to head over to nordrasilradio.com and donate to the station and make sure that this wonderful, epic place stays afloat. So, kudos to you guys that do that. No obligation, though. This service is free, and it is provided out of the goodness of our own hearts. But let us go ahead and get back to the discussion. I believe, Shang, you wanted to bring something up, so I'm going to hand it over to you, my friend. Teach us something.
Teach us? Oh, well, I did want a teaching degree. No. What I wanted to clarify was mainly because of the demon soul and the growing corruption of the old gods. Some people have asked me personally, how did Deathwing go from LOL Black Dragon of overpowered to, oh my god, it's magma! And a flying volcano. So, basically what happened was, much in a similar way to Sargeras, he turned very... corruption wrapped his body. It mutated it. It ripped it from inside out.
It wrapped it? Do you mean like warped it?
Warped, wrapped.
It's like if you wrapped it, like he's gonna give it to some kid for a Christmas present.
Yes.
Like here you go, little Johnny. Here's your very own Deathwing. This.
I would love to see that actually, but still wrapped it as in a more like an embracing sense,
Oh,
like a greater corruption, embracing.
It cuddled him.
It coddled him. They're such nice people, the corruption.
Like a teddy bear.
Yes, like a little teddy bear. But Neltharion's body basically just like split open, like it, and then it turned out that with all of his power over Earth, he has quite a bit of power over magma. And that's basically what his insides had become.
I'm gonna stop you for a second, Shang, because you forget the only reason that Neltharion went from his incredible, beautiful Black Dragon form, that was a gigantic Black Dragon with gold and silver veins running along his scales, including diamonds and shit all over his body. The only reason that he went from that to his
kind of contradictive, diamonds and shit, and
that was how he was described in War of the Ancients before LOL Psycho Magma Dragon.
No.
The only reason that he turned there, it's not so much because of his own power overflowing, it's because he had the Demon Soul. The Demon Soul is such a powerful artifact that he was warned by the ones who helped him make it. Goblins hate those things.
And
he was told by the main alchemist engineer goblin, that he shouldn't hold on to it too long because it would kill him. It would literally kill him. The power that was stored in the artifact, his body wouldn't be able to hold on to that power. But of course, Deathwing doesn't care because he has like a loving relationship with this disc of pure power.
Yeah,
so
and then
he's always clenching it very close to his heart.
Those same goblins.
He's pretty much just consumed with power from this disc, and that splits his body apart piece by piece until he's nothing but pure power and magma dripping out of his core.
Yeah, and because of that, the goblins basically they forged plates to replace a scale of adamantite, and that explains the massive LOL jaw.
Yeah.
And nom 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 nom. Chin fight with Varian anyway. So basically, having the Demon Soul plus his own aspect power together with him kind of made him overflow and overload. His eyes just burst into scarlet, crimson red, and he had a massive corruption in his heart of evil and power. And thus, Deathwing the Destroyer was born, as I quote from many others. Dun 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 dun.
Right.
Yes, that was the physical transformation of Neltharion into Deathwing. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Well, that's always fun to kind of hear about, some of those little things that a lot of people don't really, know too much about. But we kind of talked about what happened in the beginning parts of the War of the Ancients. Let's talk about what happened in the latter parts of the War of the Ancients. Let's talk about the betrayal, some other betrayals, specifically one named Illidan and whatnot. What is Deathwing's involvement with the later part, with the more towards the beginning and end, or middle and end of the War of the Ancients, specifically talking about. I guess this part is more like Demon Soul lore than anything else, but the Demon Soul in itself is tied directly to Deathwing, so I feel that it is important to kind of discuss.
It is created from one of his scales, so
yes.
so it is essentially bound to Deathwing in every possible way. But when Deathwing was told that actually holding the Demon Soul was killing him, he actually hid it and let go of it. He didn't do it very willingly, but he had to, so he hid it, he stashed it away. But a druid called Neltharion Stormrage, nobody knows him, so yeah.
Nobody at all.
No,
so
nobody
obscure.
at all. And Crassus went to Deathwing's lair. Scary. And with Neltharion's druidic powers his Emerald
You're
Dream
talking about
powers.
when he went through the Emerald Dream.
Yeah, and
he
went
into the Emerald Dream and found and took the Demon Soul.
No, he didn't take it within the Emerald Dream, but he found it, and then they went into the corporal world and found it. Because when Neltharion is inside the dream, he has an almost exact replica of Azeroth, but he doesn't have all those limitations. He can pretty much walk through walls. He turns into a ghost. So he finds the Demon Soul where the Deathwing has hid it. And then he returns to the waking world, and him and Crassus go and snatch it. But on their way back,
rolling.
Yeah.
And they hate him.
Yeah. And once they returned, they were on the way back to the Caldora Resistance with this powerful artifact. They were attacked by Varathan and Illidan. I think it has something to do with Coriostros was attacked by a black dragon on the way out, and then they crashed. Then Varathan and Illidan came and took the Demon Soul from them and gave it and brought it to everyone's hate, the old god's bitch, Ashara, the former major queen of the Night Elves. and she gave it to Manoroth and the demons. I think it was Archimonde, and then they started creating the portal for Sargeras to step through.
Oh yeah, I mean the whole deal was that that Illidan had started kind of working for the Burning Legion, and of course Queen Ashara was working with the Burning Legion as well. Of course, at this time, Illidan was kind of just pretending, or so he says. And but he goes out, and Verathan, of course, being turned into a satyr, I believe he was turned into a satyr.
No, that's not Verathan. That's Xavius.
But weren't they all kind of being turned into satyrs?
Not Verathan. Xavius
Alright,
offered him the gift of becoming a satyr, but he declined.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Verathan and Illidan, they kind of go trolling out, throughout the forest and mountains and whatnot, and eventually they stumble upon the demon soul, and they take it back to their demon masters in the Burning Legion. Of course, the whole reason that they wanted the demon soul in the first place was to provide enough power to the portal so that Sargeras himself, I believe it was Sargeras himself.
Yes, it was.
Could walk on Azeroth. And there's one thing that everyone in the lore kind of always says, and that's if Sargeras ever physically walks on Azeroth, it is the end of the world.
And the old gods break free, pretty much, because their chains, the prison that holds them, can't take if something as powerful as Sargeras steps onto Azeroth.
But then again, then it would turn into a fight of the old gods and the elemental lords against Sargeras, because they all hate each other.
Yeah, and the old gods would win.
I'm not sure that the old gods hate Sargeras.
They do. No, they don't hate him, but they would.
It's kind of like, I want this power for myself. Why are you in my way? Sort of thing is what they were doing with the demon soul, and I guess baiting Sargeras and such. They were really trying to screw with them a lot.
Indeed. And so at this point in time, Deathwing realizes that his shit's gone, and he's kind of pissed off. So he's going back to find.
That's his reaction. His reaction is like, no, and then he goes into an all caps rage, starts destroying everything around him.
Then one of our lovely
He basically vows to kill everything. Like,
Yes.
when he realizes it's gone and he no longer has his precious baby and whatnot, he is furious. He is pissed beyond pissed can be. You couldn't imagine how pissed off Deathwing was when he realized that the demon soul was gone and he couldn't use it anymore. He literally vowed at that moment in time that he was going to kill everything and everybody, and he didn't give a shit who had anything to say about it.
As I said, all caps rage.
That's just the way it was going to be. Deathwing was going to kill you.
Nobody's taking.
And I mean, he fueled by his rage, he actually got up there. I mean, he tore some demon ass to get back towards that demon soul.
Yes, he did.
Eventually, of course, Deathwing does find the demon soul, goes and just about to grasp it and hold it once again.
It's pretty much within the what is called the Well of Eternity. The Well of Eternity. It's in there, hovering above the waters, if you can call it water, because it isn't really isn't. Channeling his power to the portal. And he tries to get it, but it's the power around the demon soul is kind of shredding all his scales off and destroying him, like somebody walking through a fire to get something. It's just burning away slowly. But he is so mad and so insane, and he loves this thing so much, and he just keeps on going. And
it's like a jigsaw sort of game from Saw, You gotta hurt yourself to get it.
Yeah, like that. And he almost gets it, but as far as I remember, he doesn't.
No, he does not. He does not get the demon soul. He does get, as I was, saying before you kind of took it over for me there. He went in and he went to grab the demon soul, and then the power that surrounds the demon soul kind of kicks his ass. And he goes, I mean, like this isn't like he touches it and kind of, ooh, that hurts. Ow. No. He goes to reach this thing, and this thing kicks his ass. I'm talking about Deathwing goes in to grab it, and Deathwing gets sent all the way down across the fucking continent. Like, he was in Deathless, he's now in Feralis. Like, he's gone.
He is gone.
Like, just imagine this big, giant black dragon reaching for this tiny little demon soul, gets little fingernail on there, and just poof.
Poof.
Just gone. Like it would definitely be an intense, insane sight to see for sure. Like,
Anticlimax. Anticlimax.
I almost got it.
like yeah, you can just imagine that they would have this epic like music like and then like it's all slow because he's about to grab it and you know it's like dun 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 and then he just barely touches the
And then he just puffs away. Sound effects, by the way, brought to you by Pride's Mouth.
That's mine.
It's right here. It's right here. Right in front of the microphone.
Yep. Thank it now.
So yeah, and then the other aspects before after the portal is closed and well is saved, yay. The other aspects takes the demon soul and puts like a curse on it so that Deathwing can never touch it, and no dragon at all can ever touch it.
Nope. Tiny little demon soul, poof. Untouched defense.
Somebody should draw a picture of that, like
but that all goes into some other things that Deathwing does in the future. Let me ask our producer here. Producer, how much time do we have till a commercial break, and can we go now? 'Cause I feel this is a great time to go if we can.
Buddy.
I think our producer may very well have just skipped town.
He is taking a piss.
He's just like, hey guys, I'm gonna go on vacation for a couple of minutes. Bye.
So,
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
All right, Dane, grab a guitar. I'm gonna let you play. Yay! But the only way that it happens is you have to play Banelings.
wait a second.
You have to play Banelings.
I can't play Banelings.
Can you play? Oh, well, then you don't get to play. I'm sorry. Sorry. Back to the show. This is, but wait, there's lore right here on Nordiso Radio at nordisoradio.com.
I hate you with passion.
I'm sorry. And we are talking about Deathwing today on the show. And right now, we're going to talk about the Second War.
Yes.
And what Mr. Deathwing was up to during the Second War, the Day of the Dragon era, things like that. So, take us out, whoever, I think it was you, Dane, who wanted to talk about it.
Okay. As we all know, Deathwing isn't very popular with anyone after the War of the Ancients.
He's the bad kid.
No, you didn't know.
I didn't know.
But of course, black dragons in general aren't very popular at all. So they are killed by everything. Like the other dragons are killing them, the moles are killing them, the night elves, the humans. Everyone is pretty much just slaughtering them.
Yeah.
So Deathwing is short on children, to put it quite frankly.
Yeah, sure.
So he thinks, what am I gonna do? My mates, they all die when I try to mate with them. I wonder why.
Because I have a spiked penis, regardless.
No, I'm just leaking magma and shit. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, so he thinks for a moment. He sits down in his lava pit and taps his temple, thinking, and then he gets an idea. I'm gonna steal Alexstrasza's eggs. Oh, but wait, she's a captive of the Dragonmaw clan inside Grim Batol. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna trick the orcs because they're stupid. They're from the Horde, so who can really blame them?
That's true. That's, you know.
That's true. Yeah, I know.
They're pretty stew.
Yeah, they are. So I'm gonna trick the orcs to move Alexstrasza somewhere. So he uses Ronin and a goblin servant he has to make the orc leader of the Dragon Moth. Not really the leader, but the one who is leading the Red Dragon breeding project. Like Necrosh, I think it's Necrosh Skull.
Necrosh.
Yeah.
Necrosh Skull Crusher.
Yes. Who is a warlock.
I'll tell you what, the orcs have really badass names though.
They do.
And like, hello, I'm Mr. Skull Crusher. I would like to apply for your position as an IRS agent. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but that would, in all honesty, that would be some scary shit. Like an FBI agent come up to your house. How you doing, Mr. Bright?
I'm Mr. Skull Crusher.
I'm Mr. Skull Crusher. This guy over here. This is Mr. Hellscream, and we'd like to ask you a few questions.
What is Duraton's last name? Which would be Skull.
Duratan?
Yeah, what is his? He doesn't have a title, does he? Like Hellscream, like or Doomhammer or Doomhammer. Right.
No, I think we just know him as Duratan.
Son of Ra.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyways, all right, back to the lore.
Back to the point. Yes. So he tricks Necros Skullcrusher, who is also in possession of the demon soul, which Deathwing in the first place led him to, so that he could capture Alexstrasza, because Deathwing thought that would be a laugh. So, yeah, and it was in his mind.
For him, because not only was Alexstrasza captured, but more or less raped and all other types of fun things.
Nasty business.
So many.
Yeah, like that's one thing. A lot of like WoW players don't realize how fucked up the lore is sometimes. I mean, like Alexstrasza was. I mean, like people are all like, "Oh, it's about dragons and orcs and humans. Magic, yay!" But what you don't realize, if you like go deep into the story and read the books and stuff like that, like Alexstrasza was being raped and tortured and bonded shit.
By
it was intense.
By primitive red dragon. Yeah.
It was intense.
And she was forced to breed.
Stuff,
she was forced to breed, and when she wouldn't eat, because she was trying to kill herself, because it was a horrible way of living, if you can even call it living. When she didn't eat, the orcs just took one of her eggs and squashed it in front of her face, and then
it was like,
said,
"Hey, bitch,
eat, bitch," and then she did it, of course, because she is a wuss. No, she's not. She's just a very motherly creature.
She lost her child. You're so insensitive, Dane.
No. Shut up. Yeah. So Deathwing thinks, okay, I'm gonna steal her axe. So she gets moved, and he tries to steal her axe. While she's moved with the orc caravan, where there's a lot of caravan, there's like carts filled with eggs and Alexstrasza, and her last consort. Her second last consort, her prime consort, and this time was just Tyrannostrasz.
Tyrannostrasz. Now, see, that's just a badass Tyrannostrasz.
That is a badass name.
Tyrannostrasz.
You know what?
That sounds like a Power Ranger Zord or something.
It does.
Tyrannostrasz, unite!
Well, actually, the weird thing is, in the books, he's described as like gigantic red dragon, like almost as big as Alexstrasza. And his skeleton is hanging in the Explorer's Hall in Ironforge, I think it's called. And it's like tiny. What the fuck?
Silly bride is not rape if it's her consort.
What? Oh,
What?
But she was. There were more consort, but she kind of killed them. Alexstrasza killed 2 of her consort that the orcs used to breed her. She was like, "Rawr!" And she just killed them. So yeah, she was raped, and she was also. I wouldn't call it like breeding willingly, because the orcs kind of forced them to. But
She was forced breeding.
never mind. That's off topic now. Her last consort. Why am I saying last? Because there's still Corielstrasz. Her consort.
No, because Corielstrasz is dead.
Yeah, now he is. But yeah, now he is. That's a
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But okay.
Sorry. It's been out for a couple of years now. It's fine.
No, it was just a few months.
Actually, just a couple of weeks.
No, month.
Yeah.
I was thinking of another book. I'm sorry.
Probably just 1 month actually, but never mind. Let me continue, please. So, yeah, chains. Tyrannostrasz and Alexstrasza are in chains. The orcs were flying around on red dragons, and they are escorting her and her consort and the caravans filled with eggs. And then Deathwing's like, okay, now's my chance. So he flies down, grabs a cart of eggs, and flies off. Tyrannostrasz tries to intercept him, tries to like rawr, but he's a really old, almost dead dragon already. He's almost dead from age. And that's a very rare thing for dragons actually. So Deathwing, of course, totally pounds him, takes him in the air, rips his chest open, blood falls down, like rain, blah blah blah. The other aspects show up, say, "Dude, we found you, and now you're gonna get your ass kicked."
Well, but you're missing a very key ingredient into this whole ordeal.
The demon soul?
Like, no, not a single time have you mentioned Ronin.
No, but that's because he's like scurrying around on the ground fighting orcs, trying to.
Yeah, but Ronin is the one that set all of this up. Ronin's the one that talked to the other dragon aspects and got them to show up. Ronin's the one that actually got in there and found the demon soul.
Yes.
Ronin's the one that did all of Deathwing's dirty work for him. The reason being is because, like we said, no dragon can touch the demon soul.
No.
And therefore, Deathwing was manipulating Ronin into doing all this stuff.
Yeah, but I was
of course, you've also got Krasis as well, who was kind of being manipulated and stuff. I believe it's actually Krasis who talked to what's his face.
Was he talked to Nosdormu and Malak.
Oh yeah, there you go, Nosdormu
and Ysera.
Yeah, well, Ysera was more or less. I think Ysera was pretty willing to go, but they definitely needed to get Nosdormu on board, and of course Malagos as well.
Yes. And when the aspects show up, they are kind of getting their ass kicked. All 4 aspects are getting their ass handed to them by Deathwing because he's the only dragon who hasn't given a portion of a lot of his power to the demon soul. So he is full on charge. He's 100% charged with energy, but they are like all on 25% maybe if you're lucky.
They're on cooldown.
Yeah, so they're getting their asses kicked, but then Ronin on the ground, who has been running around looking for the demon soul, finds it and uses a crystal given to him by Deathwing.
No, it's not a crystal.
Yeah, that's like one of Deathwing's scales.
It's a scale. It's one of Deathwing's scales.
That's turned into a crystal medallion, and this medallion Deathwing has used this medallion to communicate with Ronin while he was manipulating him to do all these bad things for Deathwing. And
because Ronin all the time knew what was happening.
Yeah, he did. But because the only thing that can hurt the demon soul is part of Deathwing, and this crystal is made from Deathwing's scale. So Ronin uses this crystal scale to destroy the demon soul, and then suddenly, boom, buff! All 4 other dragon aspects are buffed with like 75% extra power, and then they kick the shit out of that
power.
Yes, like blessing of might, paladin, boom. Like that.
That OP buff from the DK starter zone. That's what they all got.
Oh yeah, the Might of Mograine. Might of Mograine. Yeah, they just get buffed up and beat the shit out of Deathwing.
Everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that just comes with it. I mean, that's like, you destroy the demon soul, the dragons get their power back. 4 big ass dragons, 1 big ass dragon. Yeah. So unfortunately, they weren't able to kill him. I mean, all our problems would be solved if they were just able to kill him.
Yeah.
But
he flies off, and actually, at a point, before the second war was like fully on, it was actually believed that Deathwing was dead because all of the Kirin Tor, all mages had like gathered and as one shot Deathwing with some kind of magical attack, so he plummeted into the sea, and everyone thought, "Yay, he's dead! Yay!" But he wasn't, of course, because we all know that black dragons are masters at faking their death.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, look at Neltharion, even though he was kind of raised by Deathwing. By the way, how did Deathwing get necromantic powers?
Just because he's Deathwing.
I mean, honestly, Neltharion is like an undead dragon now. He's like risen from his... Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he got it from his... I'm sure he has quite the bit of understanding of arcane, ironically, even if he's a black dragon.
Yeah,
Him and Onyxy are both undead now, and I find it funny, honestly. Like, Neltharion. Neltharion is basically the experimenter. He's like the Dr. Evil of WoW.
Yeah.
So there actually is a Dr. Weevil, so I can't say that. But regardless, he does all these mad experiments and fuses dragon DNA with other DNA and whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he just found a way to cheat death and make because he needed his sister to do all of those elite raids and follow Blizzard. So he rose her too, just for a fist bump.
But so Deathwing is defeated by the 4 aspects, and again he goes into hiding. And mysteriously, a person called Lord Davil Prester disappears around the same time as Deathwing. So maybe this would be a good time to talk about Deathwing's alter ego, his alias. If you'll do that, Shang, I would be appreciative.
Sure. Davil Prestor, he was a noble in he was a noble in Stormwind. He has, and of course, his daughter, aka daughter with the same name as Prestor, is Katrina Prestor, and many people know her as Anixia from sitting around Stormwind all the days. And honestly, it doesn't have to be the daughter, but it might just be Onyxia wanting to have the same name. Yeah.
He wasn't necessarily a noble. He claimed himself to be a noble.
Yeah. He had
to be of noble bloodline, of royal bloodline.
Yeah, in Alterac, because
in Alterac.
Yeah, he kind of tricked him. He got some fake ID. He went to the store and got a fake ID and said, "Hey, Tyrannus, I'm a noble. Hey.
Yeah.
I can get in. I'm over 18. Yay. Like that.
Yeah. I'm over 18, bro.
Yes. Continue, Shang.
Well, Davil Prestor, he originally hailed from Alterac. I fucked up earlier and said that he was from Storm. He is in Orderon. And he claims bloodline from the royal house of Alterac. Apparently a distant cousin of Paranol line. Yeah. He was a very minor noble, and he didn't have much backing. He came from one of the most mountainous and obscure regions of Lordaeron after his tiny domain had been destroyed. Second war by a dragon.
Black dragon.
By black dragons, and ironically. But he had a handful of close family, traveled by foot, no mounts, no servants, or even guards, and went to Capital City. Then he presented himself.
It's now Undercity. If you didn't.
Yeah, it's Undercity. Basically, Capital City is Lordaeron, but Lordaeron was a region. So
yeah,
it's Kingdom of Lordaeron. Then the city was called Capital City. But
yeah,
basically, using Davil Prestor, or also known as Deathwing, using his
magical powers,
magical Jedi mind trick. These are not the droids you're looking for, regardless.
Yeah.
And basically just made Tyrannus make him into the inner circle. And while they were trying the treacherous king of Alterac, he advised Tyrannus to dispose of him and declare martial law. And there you go. Dane, you want to take over from there?
Okay. Davil Prestor, as he said, is Deathwing's alter ego, and he uses magical powers to make all the rulers of the Alliance like him. That's pretty much it. He uses magical powers to make every ruler like, we're talking Dalen Proudmoore, Thoros Trollbane, Tyrannus Menethil, and of course, Jen Greymane, and so on. He made them all like him. With his magical attraction, you can call that. So every time he came with an offer, he was an inner circle of the Alliance politicians. They all wanted to hear his opinion on things. So they all listened, and at a point he made Tyrannus propose that they should choose a new king of Alterac, and of course, who would be better suited than Davil Prestor? So the whole reason for Davil Prestor was for Deathwing to have a very powerful political, seat in the Alliance, pretty much. That was the purpose of this Davil Prestor person.
Yeah.
And he did that very good.
And the entire point of him was to infiltrate the Alliance and meld the minds of the lords and kings and bend it to his will.
Yes.
Violent will.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, but as I said, he disappeared. Davil Prestor disappeared around the same time as Deathwing. Yes. Yeah. I wonder why. Maybe it's because it's the same person.
Oh no! It's just a coincidence, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously.
Just a coincidence.
Obviously.
This is not the proof of the bloodline you are looking for.
Yes.
Right. So, Yeah, that explains his alter ego and whatnot. That pretty much wraps that up. We are going to come back. We're going to talk about what's been going on with Deathwing in the current state of play. And then we'll get into questions and answers from the emails. Remember, you can email us your lore questions at lore@omfg.fm. If you want, you can also send us hate mail, love mail, or whatever you feel like sending, and we'll read that as well. Probably not over the air, but we will read it and respond accordingly. But if Blondie is hopefully here, and he'll go ahead and take us out on our very quick commercial break so that we can get back and finish up some...
This podcast is brought to you courtesy of Skype.
So my question to Blondie, and he can answer this for me, is that Kexman's voice with the Skype deal, or is that Farseer? You can turn on your mic. Well, that's fine. They don't have to hear you. Just it's not. Who is it? Who is it? Oh, it's Emily. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
All right. Well, now that we've got that cleared up, welcome back to the show. This is But Wait, There's Lore right here on Nordisil Radio at nordisilradio.com. I am Pride. I'm joined by Dane and Shang, and we are talking about Deathwing. We're about to wrap that up. I spent a little more time during the commercial than I really wanted to, but that's all right. But let's go ahead. Let's wrap up the Deathwing discussion so that we can get into some of these questions, because that's my favorite part of the show is the questions and answers.
They are good. Okay, so the characters.
So let's we got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to wrap this up. Let's do it.
Okay,
do it.
I'm gonna start off, and you'll finish. Okay, Shang?
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go. So, as we all know, Deathwing got his ass kicked in the Second War time, you know? So he's been licking his wounds in Deepholm. Like, just waiting, and then, boom, the cataclysm happens. This angry big black dragon bursts out of the Maelstream into the world, breaking everything, overflooding Thousand Needles, cutting the Baron's chat in half, everything, you know? Just
Everything's screwed.
Now, it does take one hell of a power to cut the Baron's chat in half. Like, that's intense.
Yeah.
I think Blizzard planned that, but let's continue. Okay, so yeah, he breaks into the world, tears everything up.
Breaks Stone Core.
Yeah, he has his Twilight cult helping him. Everything. Yeah, he's just a big badass and destroying
He's just
everything.
badass in general.
You go on, Shang.
Look it up. And so, with all of that happening, what we've seen is basically Deathwing's been flying around, and Deathwing's been continuously screwing shit up. And I got knocked out of the sky on retail a couple of times. I was not appreciative of that. Thanks, Deathwing. But regardless, so you get Deathwing, and he's just screwing up Cataclysm 100% of the time. The whisperings of the old gods are driving him mad still. He screwed up Deepholm. Basically everything's just fucked up because of him. Just because of him. And basically there's other stuff with Ragnaros. I don't think we should go into that, but should we?
No.
Yeah. Why not?
Because we're trying to wrap this up as quickly as possible.
Okay. Well, he has
quickly
baked
as
Ragnar's plot.
Yeah, and basically, long story short, we're about to apparently release in the next patch. We're going to cover the fact that Deathwing is we're going to quell him. We're going to defeat him, and it's going to experience such beautiful Warcraft celebrities such as Thrall and the Aspects.
Yes, and what I've read into is that people say that this fight with Deathwing will be over more than one encounter. Like, you're going to face him several times before you bring him down. What I think it is you'll meet him like 4 times. Every time there's an aspect to help you. Because otherwise you just can't deal with Deathwing. There's just no way. Yeah. So,
yeah, that's true. I don't think that any of our characters in the game could ever even begin to be powerful enough to take on Deathwing.
It doesn't even matter if you have full Firelands raid gear, everything.
I'm equipped.
The best item level you can ever get doesn't matter. You don't stand.
Deathwing has the elitist item level.
Yes, exactly, and beyond. So you don't stand.
Of course, until we're all level 99 and can solo him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all solo Deathwing. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna solo Deathwing.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, so you're gonna get help from this is only what I think. This is a theory. You're gonna face him several times. Each time there's an aspect to help you, and apparently Thrall is messing around somewhere in the background, just probably hiding behind a stone or something like he usually does, Horde bastard. That's what I think is gonna happen. I don't know about you guys.
I don't want to get into what I think is gonna happen. That'd be like an hour and a half long discussion.
Yeah,
again.
true. So, well, I think that's pretty much what we have on Deathwing so far. There's a lot of detail that would take an incredible amount of time to cover. So, this is pretty much basic Deathwing. Yeah.
Basic Deathwing. I mean, we're getting into stuff that's really current, and I'm sure a lot of people have at least the general idea of what's happening and what's going on with Deathwing right now. So I don't think we need to go into it too much. I really want to just get the backstory of Deathwing, because I mean, a lot of players, they don't really know exactly why this big dragon just showed up out of nowhere, and now like everyone's
to crush your world and
I mean, but this is a guy that's been like in the lore forever.
Yeah.
And, so there you go. But let's get into some questions and answers. Let's give me a drop-in. Just give me a random drop-in, Blondie. It's something random.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, that Joker.
Oh, that Joker.
Right on. All right, so first question. Let's see, who is it from? No one, because these all get forwarded from Blondie. What is the full story on the gnomes taking back Gnomeregan? Are they assisting in any Alliance versus Horde conflicts at the moment, or are they focused on getting their city back? The first one would take a little bit too long. I guess we can kind of sum that up pretty quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. The gnomes have been, good friends with the dwarves for a long time. They've been allowed to crash there in Ironforge, like a drunk roommate, just like chilling around there.
We can chill here. It's alright.
Yeah,
It's all right.
and now, just before the Cataclysm, they finally pulled the finger out and were like, okay, we're gonna take back Gnomeregan. They gathered this huge force, and players were gonna help them. We invaded Gnomeregan, got in, found that I don't remember what the name of the bad guy was, but he planned a bomb, a radioactive bomb.
I feel terrible for trying to guess his name.
I'm not even gonna try, because I would probably just say Megatalk, and that's the gnome high tinker, so that's not good.
Megatalk!
Yeah, so the gnomes fail. Not any surprise at all, because
You're talking about Malkazar?
No, I can't remember what the big bad gnome is.
The bad guy who took over. No,
Gnomeregan.
we're gonna sound like idiots for this. The bad guy. Damn it!
I think it's like Malkanazar, isn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. No, what's the event called? I don't remember.
Mechagneer Thermoplug.
Yeah, that's him. Thermoplug.
Or Sicko.
So the plan is the players go in with the gnome forces trying to get a hold of Thermoplug, but he's not there. But his little gift, a radioactive bomb, is so boom. The players get ported out, and all the gnomes who were with you get ported out in the last minute, and then it says boom, and Gnomeregan blows up again. So the gnomes fail, of course.
I like how people are talking about we don't watch the chat, but what they don't realize is what you're hearing we said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
What?
So in 5 minutes you're going to hear this. Congratulations.
Yeah. Are the gnomes in on any Alliance versus Horde stuff? Yeah, in their own little way.
They have their like submarines, Those.
They're always doing stuff. They're always making plans, and They're very smart. They're somewhat strategist a little bit, and they make a lot of engineering stuff to help the alliance out.
Yes, they do. So yeah, they are. Next question.
What do you think about instead of killing Neltharion, we bring him back to the good side? From Jake.
Impossible.
He's too far gone.
Yeah, he's too far gone. We can't reach him. He's all out there. He's
Yeah, if we couldn't reach Arthas, we definitely can't reach Deathwing.
Oh.
Next question. Hey, lore peeps. What's up? We're peeps now.
Yeah, we're peeps.
Pink candy things. What do you think will happen with Thrall? We all know he's going to be a big part of the lore, as Bliss stated. He is the most powerful shaman on Azeroth right now. What do you think will happen? Will he take on his war chief mantle again? Is he going to be a Titanic like Watcher and Protector?
I would tell you, but I'm afraid
Khadgar EU.
I would tell you, but I'm afraid I would be spoiling Thrall, Twilight of the Aspects a little too much, because he's already done a lot in that book, because he is the main character.
That's true. I haven't finished reading that yet, actually.
Yeah, it's good. Have you even started? It's really good.
Yes, I've started. I'm on like chapter 5.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not a big reader, so like it takes me a while to read stuff because I don't like to read.
I read it in 3 days.
The only book that I've read cover to cover in any like significant amount of time would be the one with Medivh, The Last Guardian.
Yeah,
yes, I love that book for some reason, dude. Like that book is just amazing.
It is. Medivh's a badass.
It's not that I don't like the books, because like I read, I keep reading the Eldest trilogy or the Aragon trilogy, Inheritance trilogy, whatever you want to call it, by Christopher Paolini, and like it just I've had that third book for like a year and a half, and I'm only on like chapter 7.
Oh, you're enjoying it. You're taking.
I am, but that's the thing. I do, and I enjoy the hell out of it. It's just I don't read very often. I don't like to read.
Well, I was so excited by Twilight of the Aspect that I read 103 pages per day, like counted, because it's 309 pages, and I read it in 3 days. But yeah, I'm afraid I would be spoiling a little too much if I talked about if I talked about how Thrall is an important character at the moment, because he really is. But I urge everyone to go and if you want to spend the money, go and buy the book.
Go buy it
on Amazon or somewhere. Maybe you can get it as an ebook. I don't know.
Yeah, we're not.
No, it is a good book. Go and buy it, but we'll probably spoil it in, I don't know, a month or something when it's old news.
Okay,
what do you say, Pride?
Alright, next question. Pride, do you believe that Murlocs will be a major part of the lore soon? From Augustinus? Probably not.
They never been.
I certainly hope not.
I'm gonna laugh. The next expansion is not. Forget Mr. Pandarian. It's all about Murlocs. Murlocs!
Yeah.
Alright, next question. If there were gnome druids, would gnomes be more or less awesome? Please answer this on air. Please, from Matt.
There is no fucking way that gnomes are going to be druids. They are.
Hypothetically.
Okay, hold on, because I always said there was no fucking way that Taurens would ever be paladins.
But they're not. They're sunwalkers. That's something else. They
it's
aren't
kind of
paladins.
like how warlocks have demon hunter abilities. They're mix matching and adding different lore for the.
You gotta remember, probably, like, even though the class is paladin, in lore they're just sunwalkers.
Yeah.
Well, in lore they can kiss my ass.
Well, hey, I thought you were like. Oh, so yeah, okay.
I think that gnomes are already like so awesome that they can't be any more awesome. Like
gnomes are in no way awesome. They're just
they are too awesome.
All right, so next question. Just a small question. Do you think Thrall will come back and play a part?
It's intense. It's really intense.
Just a small question. Do you think Thrall will come back and play the part of the Horde, maybe even lead it again? Because, to be honest, I am slowly turning it to the Alliance simply because of Garrosh messing everything up for everyone. Thrall back, yay.
Keep going that way, keep going that way, keep going that way. That's the right way, yes.
Yep. Good job.
The Alliance.
Lions! Anyway, I don't think that Thrall will come back. He's too...
No. Thrall's not coming back. Thrall will not be the war chief of the Horde ever again.
So just come over to the Alliance and save your ass.
We got Varian, but you know what? He has his good moments.
Yeah.
Now, Another question is, hi, I listened, but wait, there's Lore, Season 3, Episode 2 on OG Canada channel. When you were discussing the Draenei, my favorite might I add, I had a few questions. First, do you think that Blizzard made the right choice by introducing the Draenei race over something else? During Wrath of the Lich King, they had very little to no place. Blood Elves had the Sandleyan and the Quel'Dalar, along with Revenge as a motivation for going to Northrend, while the Draenei had no such thing. I also believe that the Draenei and the Blood Elves have a very small place in Cataclysm. Do you think that Blizzard will notice that and in the future make them more interesting?
I hope they will.
I think we all hope they will, but the answer is no. They won't, because they're done. That was the Burning Crusade expansion. They're done with the Burning Crusade. That's it. The Draenei, what are they going to do? I mean, the only time that we can really see the Draenei come back into play is if we have another Burning Legion expansion pack, because that's the only part that they share with Azeroth.
Yeah. I think Blizzard forget the races, because as you see, the Walken, where are they? They were there, now they're gone again. They're not really a big role anymore. That's
I mean,
a shame.
they were fluffer races. Like, that's it. Like, they were just there to be another race.
Yeah, that's some shit.
I mean, yeah, they gave them a little bit of lore, and you know, we got some kind of cool stories out of it. But at the end of the day, they're just there. They have no place. They're just there.
Next question. Love the show. 2 questions I would love to hear answered. Thank you.
Well, today's your lucky day.
It is your lucky day. It seemed as if Blizzard is planning on getting Sylvanas killed. Well, that sounds great. Who would replace her? Also, would that new leader cause the Forsaken to be in better terms with the Horde? The only likely replacement so far would be Lillian Voss, Blight Caller, or Salia Menethil.
Kalia, isn't it?
Kalia.
Yeah.
How do you about number 2? How do you feel?
Well, let's answer the first one first, and then we can go on the second one.
Alright, sure.
So, if Blizzard were to kill Sylvanas, who would take over the Forsaken? Interesting question.
I honestly don't know. I don't think Kalia. Where is Kalia? Kalia is nowhere at the moment. Nobody knows where.
I don't. Yeah, like
just to answer this, Kalia is Arthur's sister and Menethil's daughter, Terran's Menethil's daughter.
Well, yeah, that would make sense if she was Arthur's.
Yeah, the last name Menethil. Just saying.
It's redundant to say it's Arthur's sister and Tyrannus' daughter, because it's like. Well,
it's like, no, it's from another marriage, guys. You guys are so insensitive.
I don't think that either of these 3 are great choices.
Yeah, Lillian Voss is just somebody in a Forsaken's Artisan. I barely remember her. She's got like the Death Knight eyes, and she's the daughter of the Scarlet Crusade. And,
I actually think she's an interesting character.
She's an interesting character indeed.
And I want to see more about it.
By no means is she going to take.
When you say you want to see more, you just want to see her naked.
Yeah. Fuck you, damn necrophiliac.
And now that's.
I guess if I had to choose from one of the 3, I'd say Nathan is Brawl. Yeah. Like, bro, thank you.
But he's dead.
Nope.
Again.
Don't worry, undead can be restored.
The Alliance kills him in a quest. Yeah.
Number 2, how do you feel about the huge chance to Night Elven lore? I'm reading this quote for quote.
No, you're not reading a quote.
How do you feel about the huge chance to Night Elven lore between?
Dude, there's a G, not a C there.
Oh.
Yeah, good job. Let's all give a round of applause for Shang and his fantastic reading comprehension, ladies and gentlemen. Great job. Yes. Great job. Really glad that we chose you to join us here on the show. I don't know what we would do without your
reading comprehension skills.
Exactly. You bring so much to the table.
Yeah, dude. My Little Pony jokes out the window. Alright. How do you feel about the huge change to Night Elven lore between Warcraft 3 and WoW? Oh, wow. In Warcraft 3, they are far more arrogant, cruel, and racist. Even Malfurion and Tyranny slaughtered people for no good reason. Look up Duke Lionheart and all the innocent Night Elves guarding Illidan. Now there are innocent, saintly aspects of goodliness. And same goes for Illidan, who was originally in prison for being a demon hunter who wanted to help his people. What was changed? creating the Moonwell under Northville and being an overall jerk in the War of the Ancients trilogy. Yeah, hope to see that last one answered. Keep up the good work. Garcia.
All right, well,
That's a mouthful.
okay.
Yeah,
Malfurion and Tyrande. Technically, it was Tyrande who slaughtered the people, not Malfurion. Tyrande did it because she felt it was what her people needed. Tyrande did it because she thought that her people were doomed, and it is always better, in my opinion, to get something done the quickest way possible if you're about to die. If that means that me and you are in a forest and a bear is chasing us, your ass is about to get face planted in the ground while I take off running.
It's one of those Facebook
That is just what.
questions.
Would you trip this person if you were being chased by a bear in the woods?
You're goddamn right I would trip that person.
You're such
if
a
I was
lovely
being chased
friend.
by a
You're
bear.
such a lovely friend.
It's a fucking bear.
You're such a lovely friend, Pride.
It's a fucking bear, bro.
I don't understand why how anyone could possibly dislike you.
I know, right?
You're so unselfish in so many ways. Yes.
I know. I'm just so saintly.
Yeah.
Next, if Torrance left the Horde, you stated that you didn't think Varian wouldn't let the Tauren in the Alliance. The thing is, in the book Storm Rage, he thought to himself that the Taurens are the only ones he could deal with. I've yet to read Shattering, nor have I ever played an Alliance character. Of course, the humans and dwarves are attacking in Southern Barrens, and raised the Tauren out of the post of Morgal. Kind of asking if you know why the attack on the Tauren, they've been getting the rawest deal out of all the races, your friend Brad. Okay, Brad.
Oh wait, Brad's my friend? Hey, friend.
What
Hey,
question?
friend! Oh, let's have a group hug.
Okay, so asking if you know why the attack on the Tauren they've been getting a rawest deal. Okay. The Tauren aren't getting the rawest deal out of all the races. The Tauren are actually in the best position out of all the races, in my opinion, at least on a political standpoint.
Sure.
They have good relationships in both the Horde and the Alliance. They really don't have any hardcore beef with anyone in the Horde or the Alliance. I mean,
Kind of discussed
really,
that in the last episode, yeah.
yeah. I mean, they're like if this was Big Brother, they'd be the swing vote for the week.
Yeah.
And fuck you. Yes, I do watch Big Brother.
Yes, you do. I don't, so I don't understand that reference.
No, me neither, but, well, yeah, it's probably
Now
not.
I have to go watch it to separate myself from you.
The Big Brother is basically this. At least the American version of Big Brother. I know there's like there's a UK version and there's England and Sweden and all this other stuff. It's big, like it's fucking everywhere. But basically, they stick 16 of the most insane people they could possibly find in the same house for like 3 months. And basically, it's a game to win $500,000 where you have to lie, cheat, backstab, and steal your way to it.
Oh, Paradise Hotel!
No.
Yes,
What?
yes, that's the Danish and, like, I think it's the European version, I think, yeah. But I know what
sure.
you're talking about. I know what you're
I don't know.
talking about.
All I know is that they literally find the most insane people they possibly can. They stick them in a house. They don't have any TV or any talk, any sort of connection to the outside world. And every week, one person gets voted out of the house.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is Paradise Hotel here in Denmark.
I know.
Yeah, well, that was all topic.
Anyway, fire druids. Hey, I've been wondering, why are there only Night Elf fire druids and not any other race? Or are there and we just haven't come across?
Why are you talking in like in an accent like that?
It
Like,
just happened.
Is this because his name is Jared? You think he's from the south?
Hey, I'm from the south and I know plenty of people named Jared and Aiden. Well, that just happens, okay? It just rolled off my tongue that way. Fruital.
Right. Anyways, the question is, why are there only Night Elf fire druids? And that's because Fandral Staghelm is the leader of them, and he's a giant flaming racist.
Yes!
Yep.
This question has been bothering me for a while. What do you think has happened to Arthas' body, presumably when he died in Icecrown Citadel?
I would say buried somewhere.
Buried?
I
Not
think
so.
you're-
Everybody got a little spit on him, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
That question was from Andrew. I would like to say that they buried him with his horse.
Yeah, hopefully.
Bury
I
him
hope.
with this
No, wait. Players riding around on Invincible.
Shit,
there?
Arthur's space.
Yeah, there's like a mount.
Right around, it's a mount.
Well, yeah, I hope they
Who,
bury
who,
this.
si- who signed up for a YouTube account with this email address?
Who did it?
Like,
I
I don't know.
I mean,
Apparently they did. Ford, lore question. When do you... What's that sound? When do you think...
That would be my phone going off.
oh, so I'm not the only one failing with the phone, huh?
Not the only one. I'm the only one.
Yeah, but this is a text message from a very, very very, very important person, like
Mom?
very huge fan of the show.
I got a call from my mom. Just say that. Text was
For
from my
those who
mom.
listen to like old but wait, there's lore. It's Uma Moore just texted me.
Oh, shut up and admit it.
Alright, now. When do you think that Terralion and Illyria will be brought back into the game, and what effect do you think Illyria's return will have on Sylvanas, if any? After all, Varisa is back, and I don't think Sylvanas even fucking noticed.
Oh, that is a good question, actually.
Wait, hold on. What? When do you think Terralion and Illyria will be back in the game? What effects of Illyria's return on Sylvanas, if any? After all,
Didn't
Varisa's
fucking
back.
notice.
Varisa never really left though.
No. She's in Dalaran.
Like, Varisa has been, you know, sticking with Ronan and the twins, so, like, she never really left. And I think it's been mentioned before that Varisa doesn't really... it doesn't necessarily consider Sylvanas her sister anymore.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
what
I
are we
can
talking
imagine
about
the
Illyria?
Runner family reunions are just terrible.
But when do you think Terralion and Illyria would be brought back into the game? Not
I have
soon
no idea.
enough. Not soon enough. Terralion is a badass.
I want Terralion so bad. And not in the game way. Not just because I watch My Little Pony. I know I have some fans that grow with me in IRC as well. But what if instead of killing Neltharion, he is
We've already
turned
answered
back to the... Oh, well. Alright.
That's
I
just,
guess
I mean, it's from a different person, but it's the same
Different
question.
person, yeah.
Hey guys, how did the Alliance
go down?
Nyland defeat Deathwing, and why did Deathwing want the Skull of Gul'dan? I've never really understood that.
I understand now. Take the questions.
Well, during the Beyond the Dark Pool, like in the aftermath of the Second War, Deathwing wanted the Skull of Gul'dan. I don't know why. It was an interesting object and it had a lot of power. I think that's the main reason.
Like, hey,
But he-
guys.
But Cat guy kind of stole it from him again. Like, oh no, you can't have.
No, you can't have.
So I don't think we'll ever know what the big plan. If he had any big plans for the Skull of Gul'dan, honestly.
Go ahead.
He just I think he's an only child. He just wants everything.
Everything. Now, why... I'm gonna translate this kind of, because the grammar's kind of making me mad. Why didn't Deathwing attack the Wormrest Temple when he erupted from the Maelstrom?
Because it's filled with red dragons and Alexstrasza.
What is that noise? What is that noise?
That noise!
That's me scratching my leg, sorry.
What the hell?
Dude, what the hell? What is your leg made of, dude? It sounds like you're ripping paper. Like, what the hell?
Look, it's a Pringles cap, and I'm scratching my leg like this, and my leg is kind of like made of 90% hair and 10% flesh.
Damn.
Dude,
So-
that sounds
That sounds so
so
sick.
weird. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so why didn't Deathwing attack Wormrest Temple when he erupted from?
Because there's a huge freaking amount of red dragons, including Alexstrasza.
And the blue dragons are already around that place, and they kind of,
Yeah.
you know, in many ways. All right.
But actually, the Twilight Cult takes over. No, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Sorry.
Don't do it. Don't restrain.
Alright.
Alright, next question. Azerothian technology. In many ways, Azeroth can seem extremely primitive, yet extremely advanced at the same time. My question is, how advanced would Azeroth be? And do you have a problem about the steampunk futuristic aspects of WoW? I have this all the time. I argue about this all the time because I roleplay. I'm sorry.
Me too.
But-
Me too.
Like on retail, I would roleplay a gunman, and you know, I would have guns, and I would fight with only those in character. And people get so mad because it's a medieval game. It has magic.
They're
and
all
fantasy.
flintlocks. They're all flint guns. Yeah.
Not necessarily. The goblin trade princes have automatic weapons.
That's because they're crazy.
It's because they're crazy rich. But regardless, the technology is amazing. We already have nukes. I just don't understand why we already haven't moved past this.
You're so getting your account banned.
Why? Because why?
Never mind.
Why, bro?
Anyways, next question. Where has Deathwing been since Cataclysm? Why has he not attacked? He has attacked. He's been all over the place.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he attacked?
He's flying around attacking everything. Like, there's an achievement if you get killed by him. Called Standing in the Fire. Yeah. He flies around and attacks different zones. We're talking about Deathwing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he flies around randomly and attacks different zones like this. He's breathing down and killing everything. So, yeah, if you stand in this zone at that particular point in time, you die, and then you get an achievement. Yay!
I know.
Yeah, he attacks all the time.
For those wondering at home, like it's funny because Shang is getting like an earful from Blondie. It's just hilarious. Shang is getting like ripped by Blondie right now. It's amazing. I love when producers like come on and they just start yelling. It's always fun.
Blondie, don't abuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, so this question is from Garcet again. Hey, I missed last week's show, so I'm not sure if my last questions were answered. Well, you didn't miss last week's show because there wasn't a show last week. I was sick, and so we didn't do one. Blondie actually came on and did some stuff, and we appreciate him doing that for us and kind of filling in for us as we.
Blondie's awesome.
We just didn't do the show last week. So, no show, you didn't miss it. But what's up with zero Warlock heroes in lore? As a lock for life, it's quite disappointing that the well-known Warlocks are either evil orcs, crazy gnomes, or Meryl Bellstorm, who really doesn't count because he hates being a Warlock. Do you think Blizzard will write any new characters who are uncorrupted Warlocks?
Hey,
How's that even possible?
Well, here's where you're missing things. There's no such thing as an uncorrupted warlock.
They're demon
there's a
worshipping,
class in the RPG
power
called-
leeching idiots. They can't be uncorrupted. The fact they're a warlock using demonic magic pretty much just states, really obviously, they are not. They can't be uncorrupted.
There actually is a prestige class called, or not a prestige, it's a variant class called in the RPG books called.
Okay, but guess what? Guess what, Shang? What have we been arguing with everyone for the past 4 years in lore? Are the RPG books canon or not canon? And what did Blizzard say? They finally answered us all. They said the RPG books are not considered canon.
Right.
And in the canonical lore,
There is
Warlocks are evil.
Yes.
Warlocks are evil in the canonical lore. That's it. That is how it is. That's it.
Yes.
All right. Just trying to start an argument.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
All right,
but you were
we have time for one more question, and then we'll get to the rest of these next week, starting at the bottom. So one more question, and then we've got to wrap up the show, guys.
Did the Titans create the Naru? And if not, what did?
I honestly don't know. The Naru are very mysterious.
We have no idea. Maybe the Naru created the Titans. Who knows?
Well, I doubt that. But
Yeah, I doubt that. But it seems like they were already. It's like the light and the void always had to exist as the polars of the universe. I always think that. And they're just representations of it.
Yeah. Well, that was
Actually,
pretty quick. Maybe we could get another question in.
We could get another question in.
All right, well, I'll ask this last one. Dear Mr. Pride, can you please explain the connection between Yogg Saron and the Lich King? From
Mr.
Bo.
Pride.
From Bo. There really isn't one.
Yeah, it really is.
They kind of worked. Yogg Saron kind of manipulated the Lich King a little bit. But
the ice crown is made out of Yogg Saron's blood, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but undead are immune to that. So.
Yeah. So it's like there really isn't like a solid foundation of a connection like with them working together or anything. So you might want to be a little bit more specific with what exactly you want answered with that question.
Yes.
Because what are there are several connections between Yogg-Saron and the Lich King, but none of them are solid connections in the sense that they were allied together or working together.
Okay.
Yeah. We got 2 minutes to play around.
Can we take one more?
No, we can't. We gotta wrap up the show. All right, guys. So this has been But Wait, There's Lore right here on Nordical Radio at www.nordicalradio.com. I've been Pride. These have been my minions. But before we go, I do want to go ahead and tell you once again that you can email the show at lore@omfg.fm. You can email me personally at pride@omfg.fm. And also want to go ahead and get this kind of out there and whatnot. You can donate to Nordical Radio by going to nordicalradio.com and clicking on the donate button. Now I want to explain what that's for, because a lot of people are just, it's money, money. But what we're doing here is we have a massive plan for DreamHack Winter 2011, and going to Sweden and all that good stuff. One thing that we have planned is actually a live But Wait, There's Lore episode in DreamHack Arena. Okay, so we need resources to get everyone to DreamHack. So go to nordicalradio.com, click on the donate button, donate 10 bucks, whatever you can afford, and that's, if you want to show some support. Now, like I said earlier, there's no obligation or anything like that. We're not gonna disown you for not donating. It's totally up to you and whatnot, but we would appreciate, obviously we appreciate all the help we can possibly get. Getting there, the least money we have to pull out of our own pockets is always fun and all that good stuff.
Please help us.
And this is just me, I'm talking to you on my listeners on a personal level, because a lot of people just go out and they ask for donations and stuff. But I'm talking to you real talk, straight face to face, voice to voice. But so that's what it's for. That's straight talk. If you go and you donate to Nordical Radio, that is 99.9% of the funds go to DreamHack. So
I'm gonna do what I
out.
can to get there. But
yeah. And there's also going to be some other things that I can't talk about yet, and I'm probably wasn't even supposed to talk about the But Wait, There's Lore thing. But you know what? A real talk right here. Me and my fans. That's it. Me and my fans.
All reals. Yeah.
Lore fans and things like that. So yeah, that's the plan right now. Is that we actually want to have a live But Wait, There's Lore episode recorded in front of a live studio audience in the DreamHack Arena. Yeah. And so in front of a massive crowd, we'll be taking questions from the crowd and things like that. So that's the plan. That's what we want to do, and I think it's gonna be pretty fucking awesome. So
I'll play a song.
Yeah, so donate to Nordical Radio to see that happen, and of course we'll have videos and things like that of it. So there you go, guys. This has been the show, But Wait, There's Lore on Nordical Radio at nordicalradio.com, and as always, we will see you next week.
I went with my alt on a blood furnace run. The druid we had was tanking his cat. He needed on cloth and he needed on plates. Said I'll sell it at the auction house. You hear them in barons in Outland they roam, spamming the trade channel begging for gold. They can't be avoided, they never will change. Don't let the tarts get you down. Don't let the tarts get you down. For the daily slave fence a hunter joined in. Aspect of the pack, aggressive on pet. He pulled 2 more groups, and after we wiped, he asked why he didn't get healed. You hear them in barons in Outland they roam, leaving your pickups and stealing your loot. They can't be avoided, they never will change. Don't let the tarts get you down. tarts get you down. In wars on Gulch, I defended our flag. A rogue spoke his mind with caps in the chat. Up on the roof, the alleys got close. He stealthed and the flag was returned. You hear them in barons in outland they roam, passive in metal grounds, camp in your corpse. They can't be avoided, they never will change. Don't let the tarts get you down. Don't let the tarts get you